Guys, welcome back to another episode of Scripted Grace Jerry K. It's me, Yvonne Jerry. So thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for the new subscribers. I've noticed that we have, I think, 3, 4 subscribers, and I'm so grateful that you'll be able to join the group. So thank you so much, and welcome to this episode. Um, so without wasting so much time, let's get right into the video. And in today's video, the title is "Letting Go of Who I Was to Embrace Who I Am." Uh, for a minute, this episode is very personal to me, very, very personal. I know I always say that in every episode, but yes, I mean it. Before I get into the details and into the episode, I want us to talk. I want to apologize that I've not been up and about and I've not been running. But as you can see, I got married over the time that I was silent because a lot was going on. There was a lot of things that I was planning, and I think I lost track. But now I'm here and I'm here to stay because I can have said that, but yeah, I'm here to stay. This time I'm here to stay. I'm going to prove that I can be consistent. Yeah, so in today's episode, I want us to talk about letting go of who I was to embrace who I am. And this episode is very personal because when this season started, I remember saying in the first episode that this is a season that is very personal because um, it is a season that I transitioned. This is a season that I've undergone a lot of changes, and a lot has happened in my life during this season. That one is very, very true and very personal. So when I sat down and I was reflecting when I started this season, I realized that a lot of me has changed, and I realized that I have had to let go of so many things. I have had to work on myself so much. So I sat down and I was reflecting. What have I changed since the season began? And I realized, wow, so this is a whole episode. So here I am. Yes. So let's talk about what at the beginning of the season, who I was. At the beginning of the season, I was a person who feared being judged, and I would love to call myself a people pleaser, which is true because I really feared being judged because maybe I didn't fit in, or I feared being judged because of who I was, because of what I did, because of how I spoke. I really feared being judged. If you know what that means, the trauma it can come with, the fear it can come with. So the first thing that when the season began, I really feared being judged. I feared not being enough. Uh, I feared losing people, losing friendships, losing relationships, uh, and I feared change. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, but I feared change. And when I sat down and I was reflecting, I was like, wow. So there is no change that if you're really intentional about making a change cannot happen unless you're willing to let go of those things. And especially the fear of not being enough, it's something that I really struggled with. And I think even as in my relationship now that I am married, I still cannot believe I'm married, guys. So now that I'm married, I think that's one thing that me and my hubby my hubby really had to help me go through, because I always felt like I wasn't enough. I always felt like I'm not doing enough. I'm not the right person. There's nothing that I do is enough. And I remember he kept telling me, he kept affirming me that you're enough, and what you do is just okay. Um, not of course not every time, but many times it's when he will tell me you're enough, and what you do is okay, and what you do is right. And I still could not believe it. And I don't know in what episode, but I said that the best type of affirmation is the intrinsic type of affirmation, because no matter how many times my hubby kept telling me you're enough, he calls me Sherry, so Sherry, you're enough. No matter how many times he kept telling me that, for me, because I had not already affirmed myself, it was still really, really hard for me to believe that I was enough. I always felt like because of my flaws, because of my past, I was not enough and I didn't deserve him, if you get what I mean. If you've been here long enough, you already know that I was coming from a very kind of toxic relationship, and I felt like it messed my life so much. So coming into this new relationship, I struggled with with the thought of maybe I'm making the wrong choice, or because I was in a bad relationship, maybe I am the problem. You get what I mean? So that is one thing that I was struggling with when the season began. Another thing that I said, I struggled with the fear of losing people, of losing relationships, of losing friendships. Um, and I remember somebody telling me that the reason I keep I keep getting stuck to some friendships that are not really like good friendship is because I want validation. I want to fit in into a certain group. I want to fit in into a society, and that is one of the hardest thing because okay, again, if you've been here long enough, you know that I struggled with loneliness for some time. And when I was at a stage that now I could make friends, I now didn't care what type of friends I was making. I now didn't care uh, how how my friendships were. I was just there because I needed friends. And I was talking to somebody. I didn't tell them that this is something that I was struggling with, but they just mentioned and they said the reason sometimes people are stuck in the wrong friendships is because they are seeking validation. They want to feel they are worth it. They want to feel like they are worth the relationships and the friendships. And at the beginning of the season, I was really scared of losing friends. I was really scared of even losing family. I was really scared of losing any type of relationship that I had made, because that for me meant that I was not validated. You get what I mean? That meant that I was not worth it. So I really feared. Kabisa, I feared and feared. And I remember one time I was talking to a very good friend of mine and I was telling them, what? I think I've lost this friendship. So if again you've been here long enough, there's an episode you can also go back. There's an episode that I talk about overcoming shame and guilt, and in that episode, I basically tell you the way I messed up some friendships that I had. That was my fault. So I kabisa kubali it was my fault, and it, I remember talking with a friend of mine, and I was telling them I think I've lost this friend because this is so messed up, this is so crazy, and I think I have lost them, and whatever happens after this, I'm okay with that. But deep down I was not okay with losing them, because I hold them so dearly in my heart. Up until now, I hold them so deep in my heart. So at the beginning of the season, I think I would get stuck, or the previous Yvonne will be stuck in relationships or in friendships that were not of value. But now, fast forward, and we are in season, I think, five, if I'm not wrong, or four, five. And fast forward, I think right now, if a friendship is not adding value to me, yo, I'm letting go of it very, very fast. Ask people, ask people who have known me for some time or for a very long time, 5, 6, 7 years. They will tell you that right now, if you're not adding value to my life, or if our friendship is not working, bro, I'm moving very, very fast. And I want to say that that is a very big step for me. No matter how uncomfortable, no matter how painful it was, no matter how how much effort I needed. I want to applaud myself and say, wow, I did it. Right now, I can easily let go of friendships that are not working for me. I can easily let go of relationships or even family that is not working for me. Because I mean, like, now let me give you a short story. So, when you're planning a wedding, there's all these things. There's a rorashio, angasiju, komenya mushe, the Kikuyu thing. There are all those traditions, and during that time, I think we really brushed shoulders with a lot of my family because of so many things. And I got to learn. I don't know if I got to learn that there are people who are going to support your journey and the others who are not going to support you. And during that time, I think the more we rub shoulders with some of them, I have learned to let them go. I have learned to involve them in what is necessary and what is not necessary. I just let it be. That is something that for me was very hard because I really value family. I value friendships anybody who knows me and knows me well knows that I really value relationships. So letting go of people who are my friends or who are my family was really hard. But as we speak, as as we're shooting this video, I can tell you for free and for a fact that I'm okay right now letting go of that. I really am okay. Yeah. Another thing that right now I want to say, wow, Yvonne, you've done it, is that I've stopped seeking validation from people and I have validated myself. I have affirmed myself so much more. And so shout out to my very amazing hubby who has made the most effort in ensuring that I affirm myself and ensuring that I'm confident enough to even affirm myself and tell myself, Yvonne, you're enough. Yvonne, it's okay you messed up. Yvonne, it's okay this didn't work out, but you're still enough. Because I used to beat myself up so hard if things didn't work out the way I wanted. But right now, I am okay. Of course, it's not easy. Don't get me wrong, or don't get it twisted. It is not easy. Of course, you have to take a minute or two to feel the guilt, but it's okay to even feel that guilt. So right now, I can confidently affirm myself. I can confidently validate myself and say that I am enough, that what I'm doing is enough, that I am valued, that I am seen, and that I deserve the help that comes. So maybe months or yeah, months from now, maybe you'll be seeing my book somewhere. So and in my book, yeah, but in my book, I get to speak about the weight of gratitude. You see, like the way you got help from people, and now you feel like you owe them over and over, like you owe them your life. That's something that I struggled with, but at this point, I have come to realize, also courtesy of a family friend of mine, family friends of mine, I've come to realize that I'm worth of help. Haha, yeah, si kiburi, but I am worth of help. And it's okay to accept help. It's okay to be helped. So that is one thing that I've come to accept. And let me tell you something. There's nothing that is as freeing as accepting that then there's nothing as freeing as acknowledging that you're worth of being helped. You know that. I, I remember I was talking to a friend of mine at some, I think last year, and I was telling them it is hard for me to ask help from them because I feel like it's too much. But this is what she told me. Sheri, hakuna kitu. Kama tuko na uwezo wa kukusaidia, tutakusaidia. Unless hatuna. But if we can help, we will help. And we're not complaining. So that made me realize that there are people who are out here who are willing to help us. It's only that we don't ask for help. So for me, I am saying right now, very loudly, that I am worth of getting helped. I don't know if that one makes sense. Sometimes that I wanasema and I feel like it's absurd, but I am worth of getting help. And finally, the fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is very, very real. So the way men say, actually, you never understand what it feels like to be rejected. Well, my friends, we understand, and personally, I really understand it. And that's one of the biggest fear that I had, like being rejected. Oh my God. When this season began, oh God, I could not even accept a no. Like I could not accept a rejection. But look at me right now. Ha. Wow, I did it. You're doing quite great. It's still a journey, but right now I think if I'm rejected, I think it will just hit for a couple of hours, and then I'll move on because you know, the thing that I realized is that it also takes confidence. How confident are you? Having to embrace who you are or having to embrace who you're becoming, it means you've built up your confidence, you've built up your self-esteem, and that is something that is a must. You cannot become who you want to be or who you envision yourself to be if you're not confident enough. Even all these affirmations, everything that's and every step that you take towards becoming who you intend to be, it starts from being confident. It starts from having a very high self-esteem. I'm looking at people who I love love Mothoni Mokiri. And the reason I love her is I remember that some time back I was going through her comment section immediately after she gave birth, and there are people who are shaming her about her weight and about all those things. But if there's one thing that stood out for me is the fact that her confidence, my friend, the confidence of that lady is unbeatable. Like, you say what you want to say. Mimi, I am okay with my body. Now that is me right now as we stand. That is very me. And at this point in my life, I'm actually very happy that I got married at a time when I have even gained my confidence back, because I don't think right now there's anything even about my own appearance. I lost a lot of weight, and I remember it is something that I really struggled with. Well, I'm still gaining it back, but I had lost so much weight, and I kept telling my husband, my now husband, that akimimi inani, it is draining me vile watu wanashinda wakiniambia nimekonda. And at some point I was very uncomfortable even going to church, because kushinda nikiambia na Shiru umekonda, Shiru umecut weight. But right now, whether you tell me I've cut weight, whether you tell me I've added too much weight, my friend, I am very, very comfortable, and I'm very confident in who I am and in who I have become. So, parting short, this is my parting short, that to let go of who you are is very painful. It's something that nobody prepares you for. And in my another episode, we will be talking about what nobody tells you about growth. And letting go and embracing who you are is a very painful process. It's like being stripped. It's like being stripped of your top skin, of your skin, as if you have another skin, of your skin. It's very painful. It's shedding off of so many things, and it is very, very, very painful. But for any change to occur, you need to accept that there needs to be refining in the process. So I want you to embrace yourself, to be proud of who you are, to take each day at a time, to embrace each step, and don't be too harsh on yourself. As I normally say, in this chapter, we grow, we heal, and we glow. So until next time, I hope you have a very, very interesting day, an interesting time, and I hope to see you in the next one as we grow, glow, and heal. Bye bye.